Take your time. It's okay.
Well, what about Brian Timmons? He looks a lot like Douglas Timmons. It could have been him. Maybe we should go and ask him about it.
I look a lot like my grandfather. You probably look a lot like your grandmother.
Well, okay, fine. I'm not saying that it was Douglas Timmons who lived like 100.
But yes, we can go to Brian, see if we can get another laugh or
It could have
two.
been Brian Timmons who tortured this guy out of his mind, and this guy now was just babbling nonsense.
Now see, there's the right idea. There, now you're thinking right. Let's go and see Brian, see if he beat up and abused this guy, and maybe poured some acid on him.
Okay.
I saw a lot of weird things in the trenches, so
Well,
that guy's not exactly the worst off.
Well, do you want to do it tonight, or do you want to wait till tomorrow?
I'd personally suggest we wait till tomorrow. If he's still in that nut house, we probably would be beyond opening hours anyway.
I wonder if Mrs. Timmons has taken into consideration anything I said to her.
You have a nice dinner.
Okay.
Who's picking up the check? Just for curiosity's sake, for the role-playing journal. When it comes, do you just start packing up and walk away?
Are we dining and dashing? No.
No, it's just a nice restaurant. It's nothing fancy. It's not super expensive. It probably is $1, maybe $1.50 if you had really nice dessert like.
Wait, did you pick up the check last time?
Yeah, he paid for it when you guys were in the diner. Okay, so she reaches for the check, and then you allow. It's like $1.50. It's not a big deal. Shh. What do you want?
Wants attention.
She wants something. Do you want out? She didn't get her walk this afternoon because I got distracted.
Oh.
Alright, I'll give you a little treat. You need a little treat. Okay. So where's your next stop? What do you plan on doing? It's probably about, let's see, it was 6:30 when you left that place, probably close to 8 o'clock at night. Kind of a late meal.
I'll ask her what she wants to do. I suggest now if you're a little shaken up after today, I do know a place where we could get some premium grade soda.
Wait.
No, just call it hooch.
Yeah.
Bathtub
It's a
gin?
premium quality hooch.
I have like a list of 20s slang that's probably
Do
not
you?
even like probably not even relevant during that time, but I don't know where it is. Anyway, well, what kind of sleazy party are you trying to take me to?
This isn't a sleazy party at all. It's a high class establishment. I guarantee you. I know the proprietor of it.
And they probably make their own booze in their bathtub.
Well, maybe. Well, who doesn't?
You know, some of it's made. Some of it's Canadian. And smuggled in. And it's in Providence. The speakeasy that you know about. Does your character know about any speakeasies? That's entirely your choice.
Probably not.
Okay.
Since I'm like
Does she have alcohol at her house?
bookworm.
Nay? Okay. Does she drink, or is she a teetotaler?
Well, maybe sometimes socially.
And if you've traveled other countries, the U.S. is pretty much the only one with prohibition at this time. If you've been in Europe, there's drinking over there. There was tons. You guys did tons of it, man.
I was like,
Well, every time you were on leave, it was like, woo, wine. We're in France.
That's hilarious because now they don't do that. People out there are drinking cough medicine in Afghanistan.
But that's just
But that's because it's the Middle East.
Yeah, that's true. And no beef.
But hashish is legal over there.
What?
I think hashish is legal over there. Those hookahs?
What? Oh yeah.
That's
Maybe.
pot.
You think?
I think so. I believe so. I could be mistaken.
I'll what your brother's doing right now.
Anyway.
Okay.
Back
to the story.
So what's the call? Are you two going to a speakeasy down in Providence?
Well,
It's still a
I'm
couple
going-
hours till you get there, and you still feel gross. Don't forget. And you did. If this was just a crazy guy, then you just murdered somebody.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a drink to kind of
Okay.
quell my spirit about that.
Well, can I at least go to my apartment and clean up first?
Oh, sure.
Okay. So you drive back to Providence. You clean up. It's probably close to 11 o'clock at night before you've got a fresh dress. You took a bath. You've got a fresh outfit on. You feel clean. You don't feel like you stink. You don't feel like the horrible stench of that place is upon you. Are you going to
That's really
clean your gun?
Clean
You
your
know
gun.
you've got a lot of time. She's a woman.
Ew.
It'll take her hours probably.
Did you splatter? Did it splatter on you?
No, that's why I stood a good
Probably
distance
not. He
away.
stood about the gun was a foot away, and I'm assuming that you full out aimed like this, and most went out in the back.
Gross.
Oh
that's
no!
what
Wait a
she
minute
said
though.
was
You did
that.
have to drag the chair and everything though. You're
Yeah,
probably
so
gonna
that-
have to clean your suit.
Yeah.
And you'll probably have to change your clothes and might want to take a bath too. I'm gonna assume that you clean your gun briefly at least, and take the live shell out of the chamber and put it back, and then reload so you've got a full magazine.
Yeah, so you don't have like a.
So now you know he carries a gun around.
But he still doesn't.
Correct.
Correct.
Okay, so you get cleaned up, and about an hour later, you go up to her apartment, or would you go down to his apartment?
Well, I'm gonna wait around for her because she's.
Okay, so
I-
you're done. You get done, and he hasn't shown up or anything.
So I go downstairs.
Okay.
knock on his
Are you leaving all these books that you've been collecting behind at your apartment?
Yeah, but I'm
Okay.
gonna lock the door.
Right. Oh yeah. But I'm assuming you're carrying a smaller purse too than
Yeah.
your normal purse.
My fancy
So you go
purse.
back downstairs and you get the knock.
And I, of course.
Who is it?
It's me.
Okay.
So I go ahead and let you in. And,
Okay.
Are we going or what?
Yeah, let's go. And so we hop in your car.
So I guess we go in my car again.
Well, I don't have a car.
Okay, so he guides you there. It's a small speakeasy. He gives some kind of password at the door.
Oh.
Sal sent me. And they let you in, and it's just
Awesome.
basically it's a bar, and they serve very expensive drinks. They do have Canadian whiskey, and they do have some beer,
Mhm.
which,
Whiskers are green.
and then they've got some gin, which its
Ugh.
origins are doubtful, and they've got corn liquor actually, and a few other things, and they've got little snack kind of foods and stuff. There's actually a little stage,
Mhm.
and there's a singer who's seen better days,
Oh.
but has a nice voice, and there's a guy on the piano off to one side who plays for her. And it's not a bad little establishment. You said it was class place, right?
Mhm.
You know the guy. The guy that owns this is one of the guys that you do business with as far as fencing goods.
But
He
I
is
still don't know that.
he is Johnny Caprese.
Ooh, wow. Nice name. So.
Two Z's.
He comes over.
Yeah, he will. He does. He comes over. He goes, "Hey, Johnny boy, Johnny, hey, who's this guy?"
I'm like, oh hey, this is Mary Jane. She now she's
You had to
interested.
look- You didn't remember her name?
He goes, "Hey, Mary Jane, you are lovely," and kisses your
Hi.
hand.
Hello.
You are a rugged-looking woman. I like that in a woman.
Well,
Well, you've got this awful thing that goes down on the other side. Remember, it was this.
Oh, wait, yeah. That's right.
Because when you described it, you went like this.
Did I?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's on your right side.
And I'm
Okay.
like, yeah, she knows about my antiques business.
Ah, right. Is she in the business with you?
No, she's not in the business, but she's interested. She's in.
Oh, the antiques business.
Mm-hmm.
Not your side ventures.
No.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah,
yep,
yeah.
yep.
Johnny's a good guy. He brings me antiques. He brings my brother. He brings my brother Tony antiques all the time.
Yeah.
We run a shop down on that street. And he seems like a nice guy. He's kind of heavy set, little tubby, wearing a nice suit.
Right. Italian.
Obviously Italian. He's Italian. And he visits with you guys for like 5 minutes. He chats it up with you. He goes and he gets you both one free drink, and
Sweet.
and then he's off. And he's just kind of palling around with everybody. And you give this guy a lot of good business, so he likes you. So Johnny Caprese, what did I say his brother's name was? Tony. Tony's the actual fence. Johnny's connected to the mafia, or the mob actually, at some
Oh
level.
gosh. Wait,
The Italian mob in Providence.
we got it.
Remember, you don't know anything about this. Although it is a speakeasy, it is illegal. These guys are. If he owns it, he's probably a criminal. But he might just be a low level, like he runs a speakeasy.
You never know.
So, or he might be an awful, horrible man who kills people for his living. Your reaction is whatever you should be. But you get along well with these people. You're on their good side. Those are a couple of your contacts. And it is actually not a bad evening. How much does your character? Is she going to drink a lot? Does she want to kind of forget about what's happened today? And same for you. Are you going to pound about 5 or 6 of these things? They serve hard liquor and they serve beer.
I'm gonna put down a couple of shots. Maybe not necessarily per se entirely out and out drunk, but
You want to feel nice.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to feel nice after such
How
a
about you?
weird day.
Me, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna drink casually, you
Okay.
know, nothing too crazy.
Okay, so you have a couple of glasses and sip at them or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys get a nice buzz going, and you have a pleasant evening actually.
Okay. Are we
He
gonna
looks
dance?
better after a couple of drinks here and there.
Can we dance?
Of course.
There's the singer, and there's not much room, but there's a little space for dancing, and you guys can. There's some fast songs and some slow songs. So.
Will we be doing the Charleston?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the kind of type of dancing. I don't know if the Charleston was still in
We're
in
jiving.
1925.
We're jumping and jiving.
What is driving?
You don't know your 20s
Jumping and jiving.
okay.
It's a pleasant evening,
Yeah.
and it actually does help to kind of dull some of the awful, horrible things that you've seen that day.
Hooray.
Hooray! And then afterwards, you drive home and say your good nights
Okay,
in the
good
foyer,
night. Yeah, good night.
and go
Yeah.
back
Bye.
up, go to your apartment. You go to your apartment, and lock yourselves in and go to bed.
Okay, good.
And you didn't drink enough to have to worry about hangovers and any of that kind of stuff.
Hangovers weren't invented until the 60s.
That's a laugh. Ha.
I'd go
Ain't
back
that
to
a
that. I'd go back to
scream?
before that. Ain't that a scream? Okay. Right. The next morning, it is Sunday morning. Your choice is how religious are your characters? Do they go to church?
Yeah, mine's not really. He's
Okay.
seen too much.
Your
to
guy's
really,
probably
have
Catholic.
much
He
to-
sounds Catholic. With a name like McKeefe. But you can decide on your religion or lack thereof.
Okay.
Is your character a practicing Christian? How about Methodist, Catholic? No. Was she brought up Christian? Were her parents? Or were they kind of...
They're kind of like atheists.
Okay. So no real beliefs there. What about your character?
Not kind
Was
of.
he brought
like
up
they
religious?
Well, he was brought up fairly religiously, but the war kind of shook him to the core and
I
kind
can
of
understand that.
took away really his.
What was your parents' religion?
They were Presbyterian Catholic.
Okay.
I mean, wait, no. They
No,
were
they
they were
were.
just Catholics.
Catholics? Irish Catholics, basically?
Yeah.
were. Irish
Okay.
Catholics?
Yeah, that makes
No
sense.
Protestant there?
Yeah, that came straight off the boat.
Straight off the boat.
So they're actually
Huh?
immigrants. And then, okay.
I see.
Our son is gonna grow up, he's gonna be president. He can be president.
Letty.
The daughter.
Letty.
Anyway.
That's the only thing I can think of right now.
He stole the Lucky Charms. Anyway. Does your character have a radio? And does he listen to it?
He has a radio, and he kind of is listening to it a little bit. Just
Okay.
kind of
Does your
because
character
the
have a
newspaper
radio?
didn't come in.
And does she
no,
listen to it?
I'm probably just gonna be reading.
Okay.
It's a kind of poor quality radio that kind of goes in and out every now and
That's
then.
fine. It's probably a big one. It's probably
Yeah,
one of those big
it's
top
like
that
about
sits
this
on a
big.
desk.
Yeah.
It's all wood and
Yeah.
you gotta
Nice.
fiddle with it constantly.
Where'd you get it?
Oh, Philco radio.
Wonder where you picked that up.
No, picked it up is the right term.
Picked it up somewhere.
You know, I might like Angry Orchard better than Apple Hill. I don't
Yeah, I quite like it too.
know why people like
Okay,
it
so-
much.
You click on the radio, you're fixing yourself a couple eggs or whatever you want to fix for breakfast.
Probably
And the news comes on. Murder most foul is suspected in the recent discovery of a corpse at the farm just outside of Woonsocket, Rhode Island. On Saturday morning, police responded to an anonymous telephone call that a body was at a small farm located just west of Woonsocket at the end of Washington Road. Police say they found the farmhouse unlocked when they arrived and a desiccated corpse unceremoniously dumped in the front room. Police state the body has been in the house for several weeks and is all but impossible to identify due to corruption. No identification has been found on the body of the male in his mid-20s, according to police. And that's when you look over on your coffee table, and that's where you put Brian Timmons' class ring after you found it in your pocket the night before. No information on how the man was killed. Woonsocket Police Detective Daniel Malloy is in charge of the case. Police are questioning suspects in the case, but no other information is forthcoming. The case remains under investigation by Woonsocket Police and Providence County Sheriff's Department. According to court records, the property is owned by Brian Timmons, Providence. Mr. Timmons was recently committed to Home Sanitarium, Providence, but was released the same day the body was discovered, possibly just hours before police found the corpse. He was last seen in the company of his family butler, Jarvis Simmons. No sign of Mr. Timmons has been seen since. Police also hinted at the connection between Mr. Timmons and the grave robbery that took place on Our Grace Cemetery in Woonsocket on June 2nd. The desecrated corpse was located in one of the oldest parts of the cemetery. The headstone was so worn that identification of the grave has been deemed impossible. Police are seeking to question Mr. Timmons in the incident and warn the public that Brian Timmons may be dangerous. Anyone with information should contact the Woonsocket Police, Providence County Sheriff's Department, or the Rhode Island State Highway Patrol. And now we return you to the lovely sounds of Bobby Tommy's Orchestra.
Yeah, that's what I was really
You are
looking for.
good at that. You are really good at that.
Thank you. I like improv.
So
So, all this information just came tearing out of your radio.
So I'm kind of thinking to myself, oh, good. It doesn't seem like they've really gotten any sort of leads on that. I guess I better hide the ring away. So
Okay.
I go ahead and stash it on. It's not on my person, but in a convenient little place that I just happen to have. That
You got a
I
floor
got
plate. What are these called?
little
Those little things down
little
at the bottom.
fake, like little
And
fake
that you can pop out,
Yeah.
and you've got a little niche that's
Little
probably
stash.
about the size of a shoebox.
Mhm.
And you've got a little stash of some
Thanks.
nice jewelry in there and stuff that you've acquired, and
Mhm.
you can put the ring in there and hide it away.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and hide it away just in case. I don't.
Okay, and you haven't got this information yet.
No. I haven't
You're reading the
really-
paper. It's not in the the Providence Journal.
Okay.
They'll probably be getting that tomorrow. Actually.
Yeah. And you didn't steal it this morning. Hooray.
Well, hey, sometimes you just get there first, especially after I just like to sleep in after a little bit of drinking.
If you have a radio, why don't you just snap it? You just want to, don't you?
What?
Sorry.
She's mentally speaking toward me.
Oh, okay.
I was like, if he has a radio, why did
You're fixing breakfast. There's a knock at your door. Dot 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 dot.
Who's
It's
that?
about 8 a.m. Police, ma'am.
1 second.
Out the window she goes. No. What do you? Okay.
Okay, so I
I'm
get on my
assuming-
road.
yeah, you still have a house coat on.
And I open the door. The chain though.
Okay.
The chain's still there, and I'm like, yes.
You know the shit from this guy. If they just say, here he is. Yeah.
Oh,
No.
tool. Officer tool.
He says, good morning, ma'am. Sorry to disturb you so early. I'm Officer Malloy of the Woonsocket Police Department. I was wondering if I could come in and ask you a couple questions.
What would these questions be about?
To a corpse that was found at a farm near Woonsocket.
Well, of course you can come in with the door.
Okay.
Chain.
Okay. He walks in.
Yeah. Please sit down, sit down. I'm sorry I'm not dressed yet.
It's quite all right. Again, I apologize for coming so early. I know that you and Mr. McKeefe made a phone call to the police yesterday to alert us about this corpse. I was wondering if I could ask you a couple questions about that.
Okay, sure, but I thought that was supposed to be anonymous. Anyway.
It might have been, ma'am, but we questioned Mrs. Timmons, and she gave us your name in connection to this case with her son.
Yes, yes, of course.
Where is Mr. McKeefe?
Well,
He lives in the basement.
He pulls out he's got a little notepad, he pulls it out. Let her talk.
Well, I'm not exactly sure where he lives.
I know.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna give this guy a psychology rule.
But but I know we did meet up the other day because I phoned and I asked him to come with me to go see this ex-boyfriend that I have a very awkward kind of connection with.
You phoned him?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we couldn't find his name in the telephone directory, nor could we find any information from the operators here in Providence.
Well, he was at like a diner or something.
Is that where he works?
Yes.
All right, what diner does he work at, man?
Right.
Give us
The
that information. I'd be very appreciative.
Tony's Diner down.
Are you gonna basically tell him the same diner you guys went to?
Sure. Yeah.
Because you know where that diner is, and
Yeah.
you don't know the actual address, but you could give him kind of a
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, he writes that down.
Okay.
Do you know why he made the phone call anonymously?
hopefully to avoid situations like this.
Mm.
Being called upon this early Sunday morning while I'm reading my book and do not want to be disturbed.
I apologize, ma'am. We wouldn't have had to actually contact you this early in the morning. We tried to come by last night, and we would have talked to you yesterday when you found the corpse, if you had called us then. Where's Brian Timmons?
I don't know. Last time I saw him, he was at the sanatorium. I don't know.
Yes, ma'am. He was released yesterday.
I left after that, obviously.
You mean before that?
Yes.
Did we? I
You left.
Just keep in mind what your character knows.
Okay.
Last you knew he was locked up safe.
Yeah, that's.
Now he's loose, apparently. You just
Yeah.
found this out.
I just found that
Make a
out.
sanity check.
What?
This won't actually be like losing sanity, but just to see if this... I mean, you found that out from the radio report that I just did for him, but
I just kind of like.
you're the one who's like, maybe it's Douglas Timmons.
95.
95. Okay, that's shocking news to you. That's like...
You're like,
We
What?
thought this guy was locked up, and he's not. He's loose.
He was released.
Yes, ma'am. He was released yesterday. He flips a few pages. Mrs. Timmons had him released. She said it was your suggestion.
Oh, my suggestion, yes. Well.
You're all right? Do you need a glass of water or something?
I'm fine. Well, I might have had a conversation with Mrs. Timmons yesterday, but
Mm-hmm.
I
That's what she
can't
said.
really say if I explicitly told her to release him. I mean, obviously it was her choice anyway. She could have not listened to me. Who knows? I was just thinking that maybe he wanted to get out a little.
Yeah, interesting. You don't know his location then?
No, I had no idea.
All right.
You're obviously not believing.
Well, the main lie that you did, I'll throw this out there for you, is he did not make the check. I don't remember what blatant lie. Oh, the blatant lie about where McKeefe was.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of the conversation. Timmons is out. That's him. Ah, no.
Oh my god, you idiot.
It's me. It's McKeefe. Fuck it.
That would be so.
No, that would be hilarious. But that's not the kind of
Slice
game.
iconic.
That's not the kind of game we're playing. We're not playing the goofy, hilarious game. Sorry.
Right.
Okay. I try not to make people laugh when they have a mouthful.
Yeah, no, it's
not
fine.
fun.
I'm good.
Could you tell me exactly what happened in the farmhouse when you found the body?
Well, I know we were investigating just because Brian Timmons had said what a lovely view it was there. So we were investigating the house and we opened the closet and bam, this body falls out of nowhere.
Yes, it's been dead for several weeks. How well do you know Mr. Timmons?
How long have I known him?
How well?
Oh, well, right. Well, we did go out a couple times, but we didn't spend more than, I'm guessing, a month together.
It probably wasn't even that long. It was probably, you would guess a couple weeks, yeah.
2 weeks, maybe.
2 weeks. And this was a few, when did you say? And it was a couple years ago. It was actually before you were scarred.
Right. A couple years ago for my...
No, you don't have to tell them that.
Oh.
If you don't want to.
Maybe
I'm throwing that out. That information's for you.
Maybe it'll scare him away.
This corner is terribly scarred. Would you like to touch it? It's really gross.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right.
You are not a suspect, Miss Holland.
Good.
Were there any... Did you find anything in the house that was unusual? Things that might indicate who committed this crime? That's up to you.
Choices.
Well, if you stand there and think too long, he might be like, "Are you?"
Yeah.
Okay. Odd number, I tell him.
Nope. I do not allow my players to make choices for their characters based on die rolls in that case. You should decide what to tell them. And you could just say no.
No.
Okay. Okay. All right. The body's not been examined by any kind of coroner yet, but we are treating this as a murder.
Oh gosh.
if you hear anything from Brian Timmons, or he contacts you, please contact the Woonsocket Police Department or the Providence Police Department.
Right.
We just between you and me, man. We left 2 officers in the house last night in order to stake it out to make sure if Mr. Timmons did return that we could take him into custody and question him.
I see.
Yes, those 2 men are dead. So, yes, we are searching very, very strongly for Mr. Timmons, and we think that he might have something to do with their death. Wait a minute, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. No,
Oh.
no, he wouldn't have that. I'm sorry, I apologize, Caitlin. He would not have that information.
Okay, Jake.
So let's retro that. You don't know that yet. You're going to find that out soon enough.
And okay.
But he would not have that information yet because it's still too early in the morning. But he thanks you for your time. Thank you very, very much for your time. If you do think of anything else that might help us in our investigation or finding Mr. Timmons, please contact me. I am, and if you already give your name to give it to you again. My name is David Malloy. Daniel Malloy. You write this down. Okay. My name is Daniel Malloy. I'm a detective with the Woonsocket Police Department.
Okay.
Contact me or anyone at Woonsocket Police Department if you can think of any more information that might help us in our
I
investigation.
will keep you in mind.
Please also ask Mr. McKeefe to contact us.
Yes.
Thank you very much, ma'am. And I'm sorry that I disturbed you this morning. And then he lets himself out.
So I kind of walk outside of my apartment, and I hear somebody kind of coming down the stairs. So I kind of.
No, you don't hear him come down the stairs
Okay,
yet.
great.
You walk out of your apartment.
And he's
Because,
like,
are you gonna go-
He's a floor above, so I'm just kind
She's
of.
on the second floor, actually.
Yeah.
Are
So,
you
You're in the
are you gonna go up
Yeah,
to talk to her about this this
Well,
radio news information that you just heard?
I'm just about to go up and see if she's up and about, and so I'm
Let her.
I'm slowly just kind of walking up the stairs
Okay.
because I'm feeling a little sleepy still. if
You walk up to the foyer. There's a man just standing in the foyer. He's looking at the mailboxes. He looks like a cop. He looks like a plainclothes cop. And you see him stop at your mailbox, which has your name on it. It says McKeefe on it.
Mhm.
With a piece of paper in the slot there. And he goes, gotcha. And you stop walking. He did not look your way. He obviously didn't hear you walk up the steps and stop in the shadows of the steps that go down. What do you want to do?
Well, I'd like to just see if I can conveniently just kind of lure him in these. Or at least I'm guessing I'm kind of in the shadows of the.
Yes.
I think I'm actually.
What you've
gonna-
got is, it's like a foyer, okay? 2 front doors here, comes in, mailboxes are on one side, then the landlord's room is on the other. And then there's another apartment here and here. In the back, steps go up and to the second and third floors. Second, third, fourth floor. There's a small, dark set of stairs that go down to the basement right here. And in between those is like a hallway to a back door, which is usually locked. So what do you want to do? And right now, yes, you're standing. You haven't quite entered the foyer yet. You're still just you're up about like this high up the steps. You know what I mean? From the floor of the foyer when you stopped and saw this guy.
I think I'm gonna try to kind of sneak back downstairs.
Okay.
Or at least I guess. Well, could I just try kind of hiding in kind of to avoid his glance while I kind of sneak, or would
Well,
that,
okay.
or
What you want to do is
would it just need to be one roll, or like kind of one?
you want a sneak check first. I'm gonna also give you a hide check if it comes into play. How about that?
Okay.
So do me a sneak check. What is your sneak?
37%.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's poor.
It's
My
not good.
height is
Poor
73%.
Poor sneak
but-
for a burglar.
Yeah, well, my height is at least good, so if anybody hears me, I can just go.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
But I figured that
Chameleon.
I'll try to get away because he's probably going to go down to the basement and try to check on me next. So I'm going to go ahead and have 25. So I'm gonna sneak
Okay.
up. I'm gonna
You creep
go
back
sneak
down
up.
to the basement. Mark it up. Put a check by it. What do you want to do once you're down there?
I'm going to kind of.
There's
creep
4
up.
apartments down there.
I'm
and
gonna-
Yours is number 3.
I'm gonna walk the other way from my apartment. Well, actually, wait.
What you got is the steps come down at one end of a hallway.
Okay, so it's like just.
And
like
it's in the
one-
back. They're in the
one
back of the
hall.
building. So yours is the apartment on the right. Actually, you're gonna be number 2. Number 1 is on the left. Number 2 is yours. Number 3 is and number 4 in the front of the building.
Okay. I'm actually gonna go back into my. I was considering trying to sneak out some way, but I'm
You
gonna.
still could.
Mhm.
You do have those 2 windows that you have used before to sneak out of your apartment. So just FYI.
Well, I'm gonna discreetly come back into my apartment and look around to see if I have any.
Does he spill things on?
I don't spill things.
No, it's just making me nervous. I just
Okay,
get
go
nervous.
ahead, I'm
usually,
sorry.
that's why.
And I'm
Don't be
going to
nervous.
just kind of go a quick little check around the room, see if
Mhm.
there's any potentially incriminating evidence.
Okay.
Though I am in retrospect glad that I went ahead and hid the ring.
There's nothing incriminating. You keep things tightly under wraps. She's got all the books that you guys found and all the paperwork you've got somewhere in your apartment, probably in your
Yeah.
bedroom.
Definitely.
So I'm gonna.
Your gun is where?
My
Is it
gun
in your
is-
pocket?
No, it's not
Or is
my.
it tucked
It's
away
not my
somewhere?
pocket. It's tucked away. It's with my old uniform, so I could easily say that. Oh, oops! I guess I just kind of had that since the war, or like, well.
Yeah, you've got your uniform hanging in the closet.
Yeah, my uniform's hanging in a closet. I have it. I have my gun actually stashed in a desk drawer.
Okay.
Just because I can be like, yeah, I kept my gun after the
Yeah.
war, didn't you?
Owning a
But
gun
if
is
you-
actually fairly easy, and getting a gun license is very easy in the 20s. So, no
Okay.
worries.
And I'm gonna just kind of sit down and.
You're just
kind
gonna
of-
wait.
Oh yeah, I know that he's probably gonna be coming along. So
Okay.
I figure if he's seeing my box and he's and he's not just like coming right on down. He's probably got some good reason, or instead of just being like, hey, you interested with this? So if he knew who I was, he wouldn't need to be looking at the box.
Okay, it's 10 to 15 minutes. Nobody comes before you hear a knock on your door.
Mhm. Well, I go ahead and draw the chain and so that when I open the door, it's through the chain, of course.
Okay.
I'm like, yes.
I mean, you hook in the chain.
Yeah.
And you go ahead and open it and look. It's not that guy.
Okay.
It's a different guy.
Oh.
Still smells like a cop. He goes,
Yeah.
Mr. McKeefe?
In that case, I guess I should have been shot through the door after all.
You're not who I thought you were going to be. Yeah, it's a different gentleman in a suit. He goes, and he said, Mr. McKeefe, and
Sorry.
Yes, who is this? Okay.
I'm Detective Malloy with the Woonsocket Police Department. I was wondering if I could have a few words.
Give me 1 second, would you? I go ahead and close the door and open it discreetly while taking a seat near the desk. I figure that
Okay.
any
So
sort of-
you unchain it, you let him in, and then you go sit down next to the desk.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah.
I offer him a seat.
Okay, yeah, he sits on, you've got a little, love seat, a little sofa, and he sits down on it, he pulls out a notepad, he says, I need to ask you a few questions. We were interested in why, in the phone call that you made to Woonsocket Police yesterday about the body you found up at the house.
A body at a house? You said?
Yes, up at Woonsocket. Miss Holland has noted that you made the phone
yes.
call.
Yes, of
They're
course.
cops. They're gonna lie and try to get people in their own lies.
Yes,
Oh
I
my
do.
gosh!
I
Oh, I
think it
didn't
came
plug
up-
the stupid thing in.
Oh no, oh no.
Hold on.
Oh boy.
Sorry, I thought it
There we
would
go.
let you know.
Thank you. I usually